Hi, welcome to Compliance Weekly for October 18th, October 17th for some of us. And yeah, first off, we'll go through the milestone board and discuss what's been closed. So give me 1 second. Cool. So the last one we were on last week was don't create IPs. So we'll start with this one. Default compliance framework does not apply to a new project when admin mode is enabled.
Yeah, this was the bug that I was talking about last time, where when admin mode is enabled, even the admin bot does not have the required permissions. So Samir from the support team created this MR, which is now merged and deployed to production. Thanks a lot, Samir. The next one, yeah, this is an update to the existing audit events documentation, which Nate also shared in the Slack channel. And now we have subsections per feature category in this document.
Oh, this one looks like migrating component. Does anyone know about this one?
Yes. So during the recent, so this was a pajamas migration, and during the recent pajamas day, somebody else from GitLab jumped in and helped get this one through. So thank you to, sorry, I can't remember.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Mark fixed outdated group compliance dashboard end-to-end spec. So there was an issue when the adherence report UI was enabled globally. Looks like he's gone ahead and fixed the QA specs that were a little outdated for that. For this one, adding some fixed widths on the adherence report and also making it mobile friendly. So that one has been merged in. And then Nate.
Yeah, I'll let Hitesh go first with the one above.
Sorry, so are we talking about the add ability to activate deactivate now? I think I broke my internet connection a little. So in this, we have added the APIs for deactivating and activating streaming headers in case of custom HTTP destination for streaming audit events, in case of group as well as instance level. So there will be a new active param. With the help of it, we can do it.
Oh yeah, and I verified that one just recently, so that looks like it's working. Able to activate, deactivate through GraphQL and also through the UI. Yeah, that's it for the milestone board. Guess we'll go through the planning issue. Okay, Aaron. Cool. So yeah, going through the planning issue, the compliance adherence report. So we've released that. Awesome work on that, Uzefa. It's really good. I think the release post just went out for that. So yeah. Next up, the adherence report improvements. So starting work on that. First off is going to be filtering. Next up was Sam's, who isn't here. Where's Samar?
This one is migration of audit events to ClickHouse Cloud. The creation of audit events model MR is in review right now. I will create another MR which actually creates the schema in ClickHouse by end of this week, and the strategy definition is also almost done, and we can actually start the data transfer process in 16.6.
Retried fail external status checks. This final MR is just in the last database maintainer review. So hopefully that gets merged in and that just gets closed off because that was the final piece for this. Compliance violation export. Sam isn't here for that one, but looks like complete and release. Harsimar again.
Yeah, so this one is related to the default branch protection, and unfortunately this will not be able to make 16.5. I had to rewrite the implementation plan and create a new MR here, but we are on track for 16.6.
Huzaifa for the next one.
Yeah, for this one, the group level is almost complete. It's just the last MR for destroying the group level setting for AWS S3 is in maintainer review. Other than that, everything is merged. Yeah, I think front end is also in a draft state right now.
Nice. Hitesh.
So there was this comment by Jay on the last issue of this. So I'll check it today, and most likely I think that it will go in 16.5.
Nate.
Yes, so we have got the basic, like a very, very basic report is out for the new framework report. It's still behind a feature flag, but that's coming along quite well.
Perfect. And Hitesh, you have the next two.
So on this, I have created an MR for the migration and models, but some unrelated tests are keeps failing on this. I am checking on those. So most likely that will be done by today. And for the other one, HTTP destination streaming audit events improvement. The last MR for those for UI as well as APIs are merged. So I think this is done, as well as I have gotten the documentation merged too. So mostly this is good to go.
Cool. And next one was Sam's with comprehensive instant level audit log. So I think just including some more issues there. That'll probably line up with our mini hackathons. Is that correct, Nate, for this one? And yeah, and then last is Mark's increase end-to-end test coverage for compliance.
I've got a slight update on that. I caught up with Mark today, and he's struggling to get time with some of the AI work that he's working on to help push this through. So just bear with us while we're dealing with a bit of capacity overload.
Thanks. Okay, that's it for the planning issue. Guess we're on OKRs now. Just looks like, Nate, you have a note here that we're getting towards the end of the quarter and to start reviewing OKRs and making sure they're up to date.
Yes, yeah, like it's still got 12 days in the month, but I'm getting towards the end, so be good. And I'll start drafting up next quarter's ones, dependent on a few different things, which I guess goes into my next point, which was around the recent govern restructure. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here has read that post. I put it in our update, our weekly update, but as part of that, it also got announced today that there's been a slight product restructure in Govern as well, and the new project manager for compliance is Jensen. So yeah, welcome to Jensen, who'll be joining the group as of Monday. And also, while we're on people news, Ilya has finished his borrow request and will be coming back to the compliance group as of 16.6 as well. So that'll be great to have a full front end capacity back. Any questions on the govern restructure while we're here? Or feel free to DM me or bring it up in one-on-ones. Cool. The next one, yeah, I just wanted to follow on from a lot of that stuff that we just mentioned in the planning issue. Fantastic work from everyone on the team to really push and get some urgency behind some of the issues that we've been working on. We had 4 release posts this milestone, so that's a fantastic amount of work. So we had the standards adherence report, instance level streaming to Google Cloud, the audit events header toggle, and the export violation report. So violation export report export. So yeah, awesome work, everyone.
Yeah, next one was for me. In regards to MR reviews, I think we have a bullet point on our compliance handbook page that we want to keep the initial reviews within our team. Just for context, sometimes I've noticed that we'll have statuses, and I'm not sure if we want to overload if it's a team review. So if someone has a status of 1, 2, or 3, or the red circle blocked, like no reviews, are we still okay to assign a review for that person, assuming they're not out of office? And I just wanted to get some thoughts on that.
I mean, yeah, just my personal opinion. I think team reviews, people should be always open for team like reviews within the team. So I think that should be okay. But I mean, it still depends upon the capacity the person is having. So probably better to ask them and then assign them and then ask like if they're still at capacity, they can reassign it to someone else, ensuring that they are at least not out of office, because that will delay things a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess this has come up when we were, as before, just trying to get a little bit of urgency through getting some of those MRs through. It's easier sometimes to ask someone within the team to review it, as they have the context and understanding of where we're at and what we're trying to achieve. But yeah, I guess, do we want to add something like that to the handbook to make it explicit, or
yeah, I think the only thing is, what do we define as making sure they're not over capacity, right? So if someone has a status of 2, are we okay to say, well, if it's within the team, maybe we can do 1 extra? But again, I know personally I'll set a status if there's a lot to do. So even that 1 extra can be a lot at times.
could we use Slack and not like assign particular people and just ask the team if someone can pick it up, or even in the MR, because we've got the compliance engineering group, which you can ask in GitLab or in Slack. We've got the compliance tag as well, just to ask if anyone's available to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a good first step, and you can add that to the handbook.
In usual cases, I would still suggest to use the overall method that we have for reviews, like using the Rowlet and everything, finding the domain expert. But like if we're close to a release and we want things to be pushed, probably in such cases we can rely on like sending messages on Slack and checking if we have a response there. But I'm still not like 100%. I still do not 100% agree to adding another process to like another special process for review only for compliance, because we already have a very thorough page about code review and code review guidelines. So not sure if it's okay to like move out from that and add our own separate code review guidelines.
Yeah, that's a good point. We probably don't want to branch off too far from that. Okay, no, thanks for the input on that, everyone. Next point was for me. Yeah, so we have the mini audit event hackathon scheduled for I guess tomorrow or today for some, and the next day. Just a heads up on that. And then Nate, you have the next 2.
Yes, the first one was the planning merge request I've pinged everyone on their respective initiatives and things like that. Most of it's just FYIs. I think everyone's aware of like what we're trying to achieve with a lot of them, but some of them there's some questions. So if you can just respond with any changes that we might need to make. And the next one is, yeah, so the milestone is coming to a close. So can you please add your thoughts to the retro?
Awesome. If there's no more questions, I will go ahead and stop the recording.